Greetings to all of our dedicated listeners of the Restore Your Health podcast. I'm your host, Laronda, and this week we'll discuss how to improve your immune system, how to pack healthy snacks and meals while traveling, gardening tips for spring, updates to COVID-19, the new B2 variant news, and supplements and oils for overall health and maintenance. Let me state that all content shared on the show is merely for informational and educational purposes only, not meant to diagnose, cure, prevent, or heal any disease. I like to start with a little inspiration. This comes from the quote, "A healthy mindset comes from how you view yourself, not the opinions of others." Okay? I love this quote. Why? Because it speaks to the heart of the author first. Yes, if you have a positive view on yourself, others will too. It shows others how to treat you with respect and value. Everyone goes through challenging times. It's how you respond that makes the difference. Remember that. Don't allow anyone to belittle or devalue you. Okay, you are worth it, and live like you're worth it. Live like you belong to a king. Okay, I hope that inspired and encouraged someone to walk with your head up and think good about yourself, and then others will too. So let us go ahead and begin. Let's start first by talking about how to boost your immune system. We talk about this often on the broadcast because it's very important. We all know that the health of the body is housed in the immune system. Okay, so the immune system is the life of a person. Did you know that the immune function houses the health of other organs in the human body? That's right. So research found that people who maintain a healthy immune function rarely get sick, okay, with harmful illnesses or, get hospitalized for that much. That's because the immune system is the central location for organs like the gut, okay? That's why it's so important for you to stay on your game, okay, and to maintain your overall wellness. Here are some suggestions to help boost your immune function. Number one, get some rest. Yes, sleep for once in a while. Sleep is so important for you. Very important, okay? It's an important part of your health. It keeps your body restored and rejuvenated for the next day, okay? It gives you energy for the next day. A restless body will not perform like a well-rested one will. Okay, number two, eat healthy meals throughout the day to keep your metabolism going strong and support the immune function. And number three, stay hydrated by drinking water during the day. You can do this easily by keeping a bottle of water at your desk and sip on it every hour. And number four, take a good vitamin or natural supplement packed with minerals and nutrients to support and exercise regularly to keep the body fit in motion and keep the body in motion and healthy. All right. So next, we'll talk about ways to eat healthy while traveling. Yes, we all love to travel, but we don't like to eat healthy while we're traveling. So let's talk about healthy ways. Okay, what we can do to eat healthy while we're traveling. Let's talk about that. Okay, some healthy ways to eat while traveling. I know it can be difficult to eat healthy, okay, while you're traveling, but many people let their guards down during this time, and it can be easily, this can be easily done. Okay, don't get tempted to get off of your regimen. Remember, health is a mindset. We want to help you by providing information, vital information that will help you to maintain your overall health and wellness, especially while traveling. All right. The most important thing is to make a budget for your meals. Yes, you have to make a budget while traveling. I know, but it's very important and it's vital to keep you on your schedule. Okay. Some things that we can do is, make a list, make a grocery list, okay, of the foods that you're eating or that you want to eat, even the foods and the places that you want to go to eat out. Making sure to pack healthy snacks for your trip as well is very important. All right. So you're going to do that. And here are a few ways to help. You'll want to purchase snacks like protein bars, nuts, cranberries, raisins, trail mix, fresh fruit, dark chocolate. Okay, for that sweet tooth like we all get. Like, yeah, and so dark chocolate is an alternative to the traditional milk chocolate, right? Dark chocolate has many benefits to it. It's full of antioxidants. So, for the sweet tooth, try some good dark chocolate. All right. Also, make sandwiches and pre-made salads or ready-made meals. You can make those at home before you go on your trip. Something that's easy you can grab and go on your way. So go ahead and do that. Then make a list of groceries to assure that everything is covered for your meal prepping. Next, you'll want to budget for the restaurant meals as well, even the places you want to dine in at. This will give you a good idea of how to better plan your trip and your meals. Don't forget to drink lots of bottled water, and bring a case of bottled water with you so that you can stay hydrated. Put it in your car, or get a cooler, and you can put some ice in and put some bottled water in your cooler, and that'll make sure that you're drinking water while you're traveling. Okay. It's very, very simple. These tips are very simple, but they're very helpful, and they will help you to stay on your regimen. Okay. If you follow these easy planning steps, getting tempted to eat unhealthy foods will be at a minimum. And lastly, remember to relax and have some much needed fun. Who doesn't need that? We all do, right? All right. Now let's talk about gardening tips. Listen, spring is in the air, and look, we've had some really nice weather lately, and it's time for you guys to start your seedlings. If you're gonna do gardening, like I do, I garden every year, and so you want to get a jump start on your plants. If you hadn't already started your plants, you can put your plants. Get your seedlings, okay, and then start your seedlings first. Okay, you're going to start your seedlings indoors early spring to get them a jump start for the summer months. You can do this by putting them under grow lights to help them germinate faster. After your plants have grown at least 1 to 3 inches high, you can begin feeding them. I would wait until the plants are a good size before transplanting them outdoors. All right. This will help your plants get established and give them an easy boost to the growing season. Make sure to have some good fresh soil and fertilizer before beginning your plants, before beginning your seedlings. Okay. That way your plants will be healthier. Okay. It's all in the soil. Remember that. Next, go ahead and freshen up your yard and prepare for the harvest that you're going to get. Remember, have fun planting. Okay, that's the most important thing. Have fun while you're planting. So let's go ahead and talk about updates to the COVID-19 news and Omicron, and also talk about there's a new B2 variant that is coming, and we're going to talk about that as well. So there's been talk about a new variant on the rise. We don't know much about it right now, but it's supposed to be more contagious than COVID-19. The B2 variant, also known as the stealth Omicron, is predicted to be more contagious than COVID-19. According to the CDC, the Omicron variant sublineage BA2 makes up most new infections in the United States. It's estimated to have affected at least 54.9% of new cases in the U.S. BA2 is now more dominant, okay, and will change the course of the pandemic as we know it. What does this mean for us? Well, let's see. Due to the spread of the new variant causing severe disease, according to a late February statement by the World Health Organization, Okay, the health officials are saying that our immunity should hold up like it did with the version of the Omicron, which drove the winter spikes. Okay, if you remember that earlier, this was a boost that protected people who were most vulnerable for the disease. Okay, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration authorized a second booster for adults 50 and older, but as we know it, the mask mandate and city vaccine requirements are experiencing, a little difficulties, and the U.S. now moves into a new phase of dealing with the threat of COVID-19. All right, so they've been talking about, the new mask mandates are changing, and people are taking their mask off. So with that, we still have to be very, very cautious. Okay, some scientists caution that the U.S. is once again underestimating the coronavirus and is now running short on money for COVID-19 responses. According to the White House, in a call to action for Congress, the uninsured program has now stopped accepting claims for COVID testing and treatments for Americans without health insurance. So this is very, very critical here. The Biden administration warns that without more funding, the U.S. will run out of COVID-19 treatment supplies and additional boosters or vaccines for all Americans. Scientists in South Africa were unable to quickly identify Omicron as a new variant due to how it presents through the PCR test. Well, however, the original Omicron causes a drop signal or marker on the test that sets apart from that of the Delta variant. So that, it kind of differs a little bit on the Omicron and the Delta, which was why the dominant variant, of Omicron. All right. So both the Delta and the Omicron have signals called the S gene target failure. This makes it stealthier through genomic sequencing, which happens to be nearly about roughly 10% of COVID-19 PCR tests, okay, in the U.S., and generally will detect all Omicron subvariant coronavirus variants. Research also suggests that the BA.2 causes different symptoms than the original Omicron variant in people who caught COVID-19, especially those who are fully vaccinated or boosted. In a March 8 statement, the World Health Organization, WHO, said that while we were there, cases of people getting sick with the BA.2 after they've already been infected with COVID-19 was caused by the Omicron. Earlier data states that suggested the infection with the BA.1 provides substantial protection against that of the BA.2. So in other words, they've been talking about the new cases that people were getting sick with the BA.2. Okay, but those who've already had the BA.1, because you've already had BA.1, then you may be immune to, well, not exactly immune, but you'll be protected in some way, okay, from the BA.2. That's not to say that you won't get it, but hey, okay, so at least for a while. This is a statement from Dr. Rochelle Walensky from the CDC director at the White House. Okay, COVID-19 responses team are briefly still meeting. Okay, as of last week, the BA.2 variant doesn't appear to be more likely to evade our immune systems. This is where they're saying, okay, they're saying that it is not likely, okay, to evade our immune system protection, which includes vaccine protection as well. All right. However, we should still be very vigilant. We should still, take precautions, still wash your hands. If you're not wearing a mask, be careful and still wash your hands, clean your surfaces off, things of that nature, things that you usually do anyway. Just continue to do those, right? If you're not wearing a mask, okay? and try to stay away from people who are sick. If they show signs of sickness, then, stay away from those people. COVID-19 symptoms resemble cold and flu-like symptoms. So remember that. So you may have it and you may not know it, or you may be around someone who had it and may not know it, because the symptoms resemble that of a cold. According to COVID-19 symptom tracking app Zoe, the symptoms are a fever, a runny nose, a headache, fatigue, sneezing, and a sore throat. Okay, so if you're sick with COVID-19 or BA2 variant, you should stay home. All right, so let's talk about scientists decode the human genome, DNA. Scientists have been working on decoding the human DNA. Recently, it has been revealed that scientists have successfully decoded the human genome, also known as the blueprints for life, in which leads to medical advances 20 years later. From their initial 2003 genome, the National Institute of Health created a generic genome from several people's DNA that was only 92% complete. And now, 20 years later, the generic code is 100% complete, says NBC News' Joshua Johnson, along with assistant professor of biomolecular engineering at the UB Santa Cruz, Karen Naya, who led the team of scientists behind the Complete Genome Project. This comes as a breakthrough in history of modern medicine. If you've ever heard the saying, you have good genes, if you ever heard someone say that, hey, you have good genes, well, that's not just a statement, okay? The statement has everything to do with the person's DNA and how it reacts to different diseases and viruses. The human genome is made of numbers in a sequence that could be 30,000 genes that make up the human genome. And with it, scientists have identified 6,000 diseases like Huntington disease, cystic fibrosis, and diabetes that can directly cause by misspelling or physical problems in the single genes, which is the generic contribution to many common diseases like heart disease and diabetes that are a part of a larger piece of the puzzle, which could include your diet, your lifestyle, exercise, environment, and even other genes. For many of these conditions, generic misspellings only make a small contribution to disease, with other factors or work in concert with them to cause disease. DNA also controls chemical reactions, controls blood sugar, how food and medicine is metabolized throughout the human body. We'll talk a little bit about that, later on. So we'll keep you updated on that because that's a very important topic. And we want to know what the progress and what they're doing, what scientists are doing with this new discovery that they have accomplished. So this is like a breakthrough in history for us. All right. So we'll keep you posted as we get more information. All right. So let's talk about the Young Living herbal supplements and oils for health and longevity. All right. So we have a few supplements that we're going to talk about. And the first one is peppermint essential oil. Yes. So peppermint essential oil offers a fresh, robust aroma with cool feeling of mint in the air. It's one of the oldest oils, but highly valued herbs. Okay. Peppermint essential oil helps to energize you and renew your stamina. Peppermint oil helps to relieve achy joints, muscle sprains, strains, and rheumatoid arthritis in people with joint conditions. Yes, so peppermint oil is very beneficial. When inhaled, it acts as a nervine and calmative, okay? And it helps you to stay relaxed. Yes, peppermint oil. It helps to reduce symptoms of cold and cough. Peppermint oil has been used for ancient of years and been used for a number of conditions like digestive discomfort, and it can also act as a calmative and an antispasmodic. You can grab one of these little peppermint oils right on our site. Okay, it's only like $30.26 right on our site. Now remember, the oils are very potent. Okay, so when you get the oil, remember it's in, it's plant derived. It's 100% natural, so the oils are strong. You only need a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, a dab will do. That's all you need. Okay, and you can purchase that on our website. Next, we're going to talk about the Ninja Red Energy Drink. We talk about that all the time, and the Ninja Red Energy Drink is one of our highly valued energy drinks. It's packed with blueberries, strawberries, cherries, raspberry, wolfberries, and it has more vitamin C, get this, than 10 oranges. Yes, that's a lot. Okay, you can purchase this in a starter kit. You can get it, in one bottle, or you can get it in or 2-bottle kits. It also comes in a 6-bottle kit. You can also get these in a little package. Okay, if you're traveling, if you're someone who travels a lot, so you can get in the little packages. Okay, the bottles are great to consume smaller quantities, and the packets are convenient for traveling, for those on-the-go lifestyles, and for people who are always on the go. It helps to maintain your energy levels while you're traveling, okay, and while you're on the go. And then we're going to talk about the Nature's Ultra CBD oil. Okay, the Nature's Ultra CBD oil comes in a box. It can come in a kit as well. So it comes in a kit. It looks kind of like this when you see it. All right, and this is our starter kit. So it comes in a starter kit like this. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. The Nature's Ultra CBD oil is, it comes in 3 different flavors. So it comes in the cinnamon and the peppermint and citrus, and this one is our peppermint. Okay, all right, so it comes in a bottle like that. All right, and it comes in 3 different sizes as well. So you can get the 300, the 600. So it depends on which one you want. Okay, which strength you want to get. All right, so the CBD oil is highly effective and can be life-changing to many people's with health conditions, with various health conditions. CBD stands for cannabidiol. It is a compound that comes from the hemp plant, also known as cannabis sativa. Okay, the compound is part of a complex body system called the endocannabinoid system. The endocannabinoid system, also known as the ECS, is a regulatory system in the body that helps the brain functionality, and it helps to regulate the nervous, endocrine, and immune systems. It assists with things like digestion, pain modulation, reproduction, stress, appetite control, mood, temperature control, and even memory. It's been used for various diseases as well. This is a complex system that's now undergoing further research. So researchers have been doing research on CBD oil for a number of years now. Okay, so it has become the new frontier for the plant-based medicines. That's right, CBD oil. So today, many people are seeking medical benefits of CBD oils, and because they contain no THC, they're safe for children with health conditions as well. So a lot of children, some children, with medical conditions, some who have seizures take CBD oil. Kids with educational challenges take CBD oil. Kids with autism also take CBD oil. So it's very helpful and beneficial for kids as well, and it contains no THC. Unlike that of medical marijuana, CBD oils are completely natural, deriving from cannabis sativa plants. Now, let me say this: the medical marijuana is helpful also for children as well, but that has to be prescribed by a doctor. So we're not downing medical marijuana because that is just as helpful as the CBD oil. But the CBD oil, you don't have to have a prescription to take it because it does not contain THC. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I clarified that so that there's no misunderstandings about that. Okay, so CBD oils are completely natural, deriving from the cannabis sativa plant. It offers relief from various health conditions because it works with the CB2 receptors and has more of an impact on the immune system, the digestive, gastrointestinal system, and the peripheral nervous system. Cannabis sativa varieties with less than, get this, 0.3% THC, right, by dry weight, and are considered hemp plants. Okay, varieties with higher levels of THC are considered marijuana plants. So those who have higher varieties, a percentage of THC, are considered the medical marijuana plants. All right, so that's the difference between the two. Medical marijuana contains THC while the Nature's Ultra CBD does not. So that's the difference between the two. If someone wanted to know that, there it is. So historically, hemp has been grown and used for centuries for everything from cloth and paper to lamp fuels, ropes, industrial fiber, food, and even body care products. During the colonial times, everyone was mandated to grow hemp. Presidents Washington and Jefferson both grew hemp, and it was widely grown in the United States up through the mid-20th century. So that's giving you a little bit of history about the hemp plant. It wasn't until 1970 that Congress passed the Controlled Substances Act and classified hemp as a Schedule I drug, with strict regulations for its use and cultivation. In 2018, Congress also passed the Agriculture Improvement Act that removes hemp and some cannabis products from the Controlled Substances Act, therefore making it more readily available. All right, so there are two terms you need to learn when understanding CBD oil, and we're going to talk about those. Okay, so number one, there's a full spectrum isolate. The full spectrum product still comes from the same cannabis sativa plant, but it must contain less than 0.3% THC. That's the difference. It is processed in a way that allows it to retain terpenes, flavonoids, plant parts, and other cannabinoids. Okay, the downside to full spectrum is it's a small amount of THC and still could cause a person to fail a drug test. Some individuals also are more susceptible to effects of the THC and may have a negative experience. The benefits of a full spectrum oil are the terpenes that create a synergetic effect in the body when combined with CBD. Okay, so remember that. Also, the CBD isolate, however, is the purest form of CBD. That is why Young Living sells, their CBD through Nature's Ultra. So the Nature's Ultra CBD comes in the purest form. Okay, so supercritical CO2 extraction is used to remove everything from the product except the CBD compounds. This is how they make their oil. Okay, the leaves that come from the product have at least have approximately 0.0% THC. The leaves with a product with 0.0% THC. This is because it's an isolate. There are no trace amounts of THC, which means it will not interact with other drugs or with drug testing. By isolating the CBD compounds, we can ensure safety, purity, and therapeutic value of the CBD. To get a synergistic effect, we can use therapeutic grades essential oils to add terpenes back to the product, thereby creating a controlled spectrum, a controlled full spectrum of CBD. so that you can get the best of both worlds. All right. So that is history about the CBD oil. It's amazing. Let me tell you, I started using the CBD oil about some years ago, a couple of years ago now, and it has been amazing. It's amazing. I had a health scare and I started using it then, right? And it really, really, really helped me. So this product right here, it works. It works, it works, it works, it works. And you only need a little bit, okay? So you don't need a whole lot, especially for those of you who drive, because it will make you sleepy, okay? So you only want to use a couple of drops. I put a couple of drops under my tongue, sublingual, and, you know, I usually do it when I'm getting ready to go to bed or at night, and it works. It helps improve your health. So that, along with that Ninja Red energy drink, amazing. Okay. So if you'd like to know more about how the body can naturally heal itself with the use of plants and natural herbs and natural supplements, purchase my new ebook, Live, Sleep, and Eat Well, on Amazon. And you can also purchase it on my website at larondadawsonministries.com. So there we go. All right. Next, if you like to purchase any of the Young Living products, you're going to get them off myYL/Laronda-Dawson. Okay. Well, guys, that concludes this episode of the Restore Your Health podcast. If you like this video, click the subscribe button and share with a friend. Until next week, have a great weekend, everyone.